You're very welcome back to the show. Now, my next guest sadly lost her father to a heart attack 5 years ago when she was just 27 years old. Since then, she set up a Facebook page called Doing It for Dad. The idea behind the page is to raise awareness of heart disease, fundraise for the Irish Heart Foundation, and also be there as a support network for anyone that might be experiencing a similar situation and finding it difficult to deal with the loss of a parent. Now, since then, she's taken part in various running events and aims to raise a total of €52,000 in memory of her dad. Anne-Marie Bean, you're very welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
How did this all start?
Well, I suppose when we lost Dad, it was a massive shock to us all. It was sudden, and my way of dealing with it, because I do online and because I do marketing, was like, what can I do that could benefit from what I do?
It was a shock, you'd no warning.
No warning, and it was the one person in the family you wouldn't even think it would happen to. And I know that's like, everyone says that, but 52, we're all, you know, there's three of us, I'm the middle, we've got three girls. And it's a shock. You know, we deal with it in different ways, and this was my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how did you go? You could have done many other things, but deciding to run around the globe basically is not the first thing that would spring to my mind.
No,
so
not mine either.
And you're not, how shall I say this nicely, you wouldn't be the most seasoned of runners.
No, no.
Tell us, so you want to do these 6 marathons?
Yeah, well, it started off with 52. So when the page was created, I said I'll do 52K within the year or whatever I can do it, because Dad was 52.
Yeah.
And then while I was doing the different the different races, the Heart Foundation reached out to me and said, would you like to do the London Marathon next year? And I said, I've done no training. It was a few months away. But I said, go on, I'll do it. And I still, knowing it was coming up, didn't do any training. I think I went out for a few little 5K walks and things like that. And my friend was doing a marathon, so I said, I'll do it. And I did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, Jerry runs, so she knows. So you did a marathon with no training.
I just had the biggest pain in my groin, as you said it, for a week after the marathon. Were you not in shocking pain?
Afterwards?
Yeah.
No, a little bit afterwards, but I think if I trained, it would be worse. I'd probably damage myself. Oh my God. So that's the way I think. I said, I'm going to do the 6 majors, and I think if I train, it'll be worse. I'll just do it on the day. It's one day out of your life for the year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so you did one, and after that, you survived that one.
Survived. So
the London. I said, sure, why not do it another one?
Yeah.
So what was the next one?
Chicago was the next one. Yeah.
And when was that?
So I did the first one in 2015, and then I did it in 2016, then the following year.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
there's
you
been
had
a
the
little
same
gap
training regime?
Same training.
Yeah.
I thought I'd prepare myself this time. Yeah.
0 miles.
But I got up the next day of the marathon, which helped a lot. I walked the full length of Chicago just to, you know, loosen it up a little bit.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Now, you're in the middle of 3. What do the other 2 think of what you're doing?
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you always a madcap, one of the family, or?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And did any of them tempted to come along with you?
I'm hoping now by the amount I do, they might come along in the last one. Do you know? That's hope.
Just so you're planning on doing the others. So we have there's New York,
Boston,
Berlin,
and Tokyo.
Is Berlin?
Berlin.
Yeah. So you've got.
So I'm doing the New York this one, yeah.
Yeah, and when is that?
That is the 3rd of November.
Yeah, and tell me about your Facebook page as well, because I was young. I was 23 when I lost my dad, and to be honest, we had warning because he had cancer, but it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I didn't cope with it very well, and still to this day I haven't coped with it very well. But it's very hard to explain because you are an adult and you're not a child, and to kind of vocalise that sense of bereavement and actually feel that even though you're an adult that you can mourn your dad and not feel ashamed of it. It's
and it's online as well. It's very public, you know, and that's sometimes hard when you've got family members that are you know, they're missing someone as well. But it's my way of letting it out. Like, not counselling's not for me. That's not my type of thing. And also hearing other people's story and being able to relate and saying, look, I got through it. You know, you've got your first week, you know, the first moments, the first wedding you're going to go to, all the firsts. But you do come through it, and you are a completely stronger person for at the end of it.
Yeah. What do you think your dad would make of what you do now?
It's still crazy.
Yeah.
But I was always the middle child, and he used to always call me Rambo. So it's kind of what I have written on the back of my shirt when I'm running. And I was always told I looked the image of him, which I do, and that photo.
You do actually, the image of each other, my God.
He'd be so proud, though.
Yeah, and I suppose raising money for the Irish Heart Foundation as well, it's hugely important. Cardiovascular disease is the biggest killer in Ireland, with both men and women. It's quite frightening, the statistics.
And young as well. Like,
and people don't expect the age of 52 for this to happen.
Yeah.
And that's, I suppose, what you want to raise awareness for as well, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So it's just to show that it can happen to, like I said, it's not your age, it's not what you look like, if you have a big belly, if you're overweight, it's to do with stress as well, you know, and to just get people aware.
Had he a heart problem in the the run-up to this? Never?
No,
so he
never.
didn't go for checkups? Like, in his
No,
heart or...
never had anything wrong with his heart. Apparently he had a minor heart attack in his sleep over that week.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wasn't
then it
aware
was
of
the
it.
big one then after that. But he did, it just came and that was
But it happens quite a lot, and we hear, unfortunately, nowadays as well, stress is a massive killer. So you might have a problem that if you're in the full of your health and mental health, you'd be fine. But, I mean, stress puts awful strain on the body, and that's, I think, something we could all learn about. But I suppose not that you do a massive amount of training, but even that amount that you do and the running,
well,
it's good for the mind as well.
I'm
really?
hoping.
So tell us the game plan.
Right, so I still haven't ran much, but I do train. Like the last 2 years, I've been really focusing on training, but it's more lifts and, so it would be out running. But I do have a support network, and I do have a personal trainer and stuff like that that are helping me get through.
And who's is anyone going to join you this time, or do you want people to join you?
No, they're not. My friends are. A few of my friends are going to come with me, and like my trainer that's training me now, she's going to come with me.
Yeah. I just
And
run with you.
And no, she's just going to come for support. Maybe next time they'll come and run.
Yeah.
But it's sort of personal to me. I kind of like
want to do it on your
Yeah, I
own.
just turn up to the start line and Man's at home, and I'm like, "Are you there? Yeah, ready to go."
And the hashtag is Fitness52 with Heart. How are you planning on actually raising the actual money for this? Because that's the ultimate aim.
So I've done loads of little things.
Yeah.
And now this time, a few weeks ago, I was thinking, how can I do something on a bigger scale? And because I work in marketing, I have a lot of business that will support me, and they're in the fitness industry. So I came up with the idea of Fitness 52 with Heart. So the idea is that 52 businesses around Ireland that are in the fitness industry would host a class or use one of the class they already have on. They'd be put on this website with a link for people to book in, and it would all go to the charity.
That's a fantastic idea, because I suppose you'll never finish a workout feeling worse than you started. But if you're doing that as well as doing good for somebody else who maybe isn't lucky enough to be fit enough to do it, then that's an absolutely great idea. How's the feedback been so far?
Brilliant. It was only a few days ago, and I've got 27 businesses on board so far. The goal is to get 52 businesses signed up. They don't need to do anything. I put them online, I set up their booking system and everything like that, and it's linked with the Heart Foundation's payment system.
Yeah.
So it's just they say, I want to do this class, this date, and then I'll do the rest. That's
absolutely amazing. So it's and I hope there's loads of businesses out there, fitness businesses, that would jump on this, because it's such a worthwhile cause to do. And how are you yourself now? Do you think you're because I know it is tough, and there's no talking through it. It's just something you have to live through. Has this helped you a lot?
It's helped me, and I've got an amazing friends network,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's bad, but like my health at least is getting better. Like I'm much more healthier than I ever was before. So yeah, you learn different things from it. You're a different person when stuff like that happens to you, but I'm just trying to take it in a positive light rather than trying to...
Has it changed you a lot?
Yes, well, I say I take risks a lot more now. Like I don't ever say, oh, but what will happen? Or my mum would be very, no, cautious. Where Dad was like, oh, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
So I still have a bit of both of them in me. I'm more so Dad at the moment,
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You sound like you're a hell of a lot more like your dad at the moment, jumping into all these challenges.
Sure, why not? We're here once. You know, that's the whole point of it. Like, you live once, you're going to die, young or old.
Yeah, so how do people get in touch with you if they want to support?
Yeah, so I have a website, fitness52withheart.com, and if you go on there, you can register a business, or if you want to take part in a class, you just search your location and there'll be classes available.
Yeah, and so what date is your next marathon?
The 3rd of November.
Wow. This year?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You better.
Now, nobody needs to watch me on the day.
No, see, I think
it could be a long process.
How long did it take you actually to do the
I think it was just under 5 hours.
Wow,
that's not bad.
With no training.
Out on that road, and
you're a natural athlete. That's your problem. Now I'm going to.
By the end of it, I'm hoping so.
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, I'm going to put you in touch with this fellow who trains ultra marathon runners. He's absolutely brilliant, and he does the 24-hour marathons. If he'll have you do it in 4 hours flat. I'm telling you now, and you can Instagram the whole way around, and we'll feed it live. Listen, I'm absolutely thrilled for you. It's such an amazing thing to do, and to help other people through your pain. It's such a rewarding thing to do, and it's cathartic as well, I think. So thanks so much for joining us on the show today. Now, time for a quick break. But when we come back, we'll talk about annoying WhatsApp groups. Find out what we're talking about in 3.